between Israel and Palestine and the domestic responses to it. First, let's move to politics that continues over the Prime Minister's statement that came out over the weekend. The CPM in particular putting out this response. This is a former Kerala Minister, M.A. Baby, who's put out this response. We'll play it out for you in just a second, but the key points in his response. A, he's called the Israel government an extremist government. Number two, he's hinted in his statement that this attack could have been engineered by Israel. He's also said, we've never abandoned Palestine. Take a look at this set of statements. After that, we'll connect with reporters to interpret them.
So what is the reason that you have said that it was not the right decision of the government to express solidarity with Israel?
You see, this question of Palestine, it's not something new to the government of India. Even during the freedom struggle, Mahatma Gandhi had opined on this issue. And Mahatma Gandhi extended the solidarity of the freedom movement to the Palestinian cause. For Netanyahu, aggravating the relationship with Palestine is something which he needs for managing his internal political, difficulties. He has formed the most rabid right-wing government with all sorts of, right extremist forces. Like, for example, Hamas. Hamas is a militant organization. You can term it as an extremist organization as well. By the same yardstick, you have to define the Benjamin Netanyahu government as an extremist government.
Why do you think it was wrong on the part of Mr. Modi to express solidarity with Israel?
Because
what else he could have done?
Yeah, he could have done a different position, approach. He could have said that the hostility should come to an end. Armed attacks and counterattacks will not solve the Palestinian problem or the problems that Israelis are facing. They are also facing problems. No, India bloc parties, we have not come to any conclusion that on each and every issue we should have a common approach. We have a lot of differences. For example, Congress has been following economic policies which CPM never accepted. Economic policy is very important for the lives of the peasants, workers, unemployed youth, women, all. So we have differences there. But we have total unanimity in seeing that this RSS controlled right reactionary government led by Narendra Modi should be removed sooner than later. There we agree. On many other issues we have differences that we will discuss as and when it can be discussed.
कांग्रेस का हाथ हमेशा इस्लामिस्ट जिहादियों के साथ, कट्टरपंथियों के साथ आज ये फिर से साबित हो चुका है। जिस प्रकार से गहलोत जी के करीबी और राजस्थान युवा कांग्रेस के नेता ने हमास का, आतंकवादियों का न केवल बचाव किया है बल्कि उन्होंने जो हमला इजरायल के निहत्थे लोगों पर, बच्चों पर, महिलाओं पर किया, उसका जश्न मनाया। एक तरीके से आतंकवाद के समर्थन में खुलकर आने का काम किया है। ये वही राजस्थान है जहां पर कन्हैयालाल जी के गले को काटा गया, एकदम आईसिस स्टाइल की तरह उन्हें मार दिया गया। और उस समय पर भी वोट बैंक के नाम पर किस प्रकार से जिहादियों का, किस प्रकार से आतंकियों का समर्थन करते हुए, कट्टरपंथियों का और दंगाइयों का समर्थन करते हुए राजस्थान की कांग्रेस पार्टी दिखाई दे रही थी, वो हमारे सामने है।
All right, we have our colleague Shireen to bring us more context on this story. Shireen, the BJP Shahzad Poonawala's reaction, we just played that out to what it is that M.A. Baby had to say earlier. And Shahzad says that the Congress always supports extremists. But can you just tell us, Shireen, what are the responses we've seen over the weekend from INDIA alliance leaders? So spotlight for us what the Congress had to say. Who were they wishing for peace for? Then could you tell us about other INDIA alliance partner reactions?
Well, so far there has not been a joint statement by the India alliance as far as the Israel issue is concerned. But Congress, as a party, has in fact issued a statement saying that they condemn the brutal attack on the people of Israel, and in fact went on to say that at the same time they do believe that the legitimate aspiration of Palestinian people for the life of self-respect and equality is something that can only be achieved through a proper talk, a negotiation that needs to take place. But as far as the attack is concerned, that is something that has been condemned by the Congress party. And we have seen such same sentiments being echoed by different parties within the India Alliance. But as far as the left is concerned, the CPIM leader here, M.A. Baby, has in fact been saying that the attack that has happened as far as from the Palestinian side, from the Hamas is concerned, that is something that is in retaliation because of the attack that has been happening on them for years altogether. So now, of course, we have to see how the Congress party sees this statement that has been coming in from the left at this point, because when the Congress party was in power in UPA 1, UPA 2 as well, the Congress party has always maintained that as far as the issue between Israel and Palestine is concerned, that needs to be sorted out with proper dialogue. There needs to be a negotiation. And this time, again, they have stood to the same stand. But left party, of course, has been saying that this is an the Israel government is an extremist government, hints that these attacks could have been engineered by the Prime Minister in Israel itself. So this kind of statement that is coming in saying that, in a way, supporting, saying that these attacks are retaliation. We have to, of course, see how the other partners within the India Alliance are going to take this and whether they also have the same stand as far as the CPIM is concerned.
Can you just tell our audience, please, Shireen, the responses that we've seen coming in from the INDI Alliance? So you said, A, that there's not been any joint statement, but that we have seen statements coming in, for example, from leaders of the Congress. What do those statements specifically say about Palestine? Do they say that there is a need for a solution? Who do they express support for? Is it the civilians? Can you bring us more context?
Well, as far as the statement is concerned, it was about a 10-line statement which basically said that the Indian National Congress condemns the brutal attack on the people of Israel. Any government where there is, in fact, outsiders trying to attack the citizens of a country, nationals of a country, is something that is not cannot be taken at the right way. In fact, they went on to say that they have always believed that as far as the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people for a life of self-respect, equality and dignity must be fulfilled, but only through a process of dialogue and negotiation. Violence of any type never provides a solution is what the stand of the Congress party is. That is why they have went ahead and condemned. And remember, this has always been the stand of the Congress party in UPA 1 as well, in UPA 2 as well. They have always maintained a balance. They have never outrightly, taken a side. But this time they have, of course, condemned the violence here. And they have said that a process, the entire issue when it comes to Israel and Palestine, that needs to be sorted out with dialogue. Now, with Congress party coming out with such statement and left having an opposite, opinion as far as the entire issue is concerned, there could be differences the next time the meeting happens. We are also we have also given to believe that at the CWC meeting there is going to be a discussion on India, Canada, India, Israel as well. There is going to be a statement that will be once again released by the Congress party. So we'll get a more clearer picture as far as the foreign policy is concerned of India. A statement will be released by the Congress party after the CWC meeting.